Hello, my powerful creators. This is Katie from Inner Conversation, and what we are now focusing on, our conversations are the only influence. So today I'll be sharing with you an electrifying success story and some potent intentions in our conversations to help you command the love and the attention you deserve. So this story that occurred with a client and I is all about transforming a significant other, your specific person, and to really ensure that you take control of your reality, transforming your person into the adoring partner that you've always dreamed of, and using the fierce power of your inner world, allowing yourself to claim it, command it, which Neville Goddard talks about in detail. So I want you to really hear what this client was going through. And no matter what you're currently experiencing in your circumstances, let this fuel you. Let this remind you that it's yours to claim. Okay, so this client had endured years, and this was years of an on and off situation, friends with benefits, right? The person would not commit. So she's feeling incredibly disempowered. He's emotionally closed off. She's putting in so much effort. She's trying. She does the law, doesn't do the law, right? The circumstances felt so overwhelming, especially after years of trying to make this happen, okay? And it got to the point where she couldn't even reach him, right? This person, her SP, her significant other, got so closed off that, there was no more communication on the outside. So at this point, she comes to me, she's telling me the whole circumstances of on and off this many years. And again, it's one of those things where unless you're in the law of assumption world, the mind, the judgment is like red flag, red flag, red flag, right? Yeah, with law of assumption, we drop all of it because all states are completely valid. All circumstances are valid because you are the creator of all of them. Part of really taking on the command, that fierce power of your inner world, is taking responsibility, okay? And doing it in a very neutral but empowering way. You own it so it no longer owns you, right? So yeah, I heard all the circumstances. I heard all the doubt and essentially, right, that feeling of not only disempowerment, but being a victim of just, I'm already defeated, okay? And neutrally, that's all I need to know. It's we're in this state of complete defeat, which of course will manifest a reflection of that in our person because we're shaping them with our thoughts, with our inner conversations. It's the only influence there is, right? And so we could neutrally totally accept that. I feel defeated, I feel disempowered, and here's the thoughts around that state. It's been years, I'm blocked, or they're not communicating, they've left. I've got all these stories about who they are, who I am. I'm offended about this and this and this. I feel vulnerable about this. And essentially, I'm holding myself in prison until they treat me the way I want to be treated. Right? So you are placing the power out there. You are keeping yourself and your self-concept in this old state. And that's okay. It's all changeable. It's all malleable. And it comes with some heavy emotions. It comes with feelings, right? That defeat, that disempowerment, that can feel incredibly draining because all of our power is out there. We're bringing the power back in. We're owning it and saying, okay, yeah, even though it's been years of this, it's still all changeable. It's still all malleable because it's just me. I'm the cause and effect. It's only me that is, right, creating this state that is forming my person. And yes, that reality can exist. We can get totally indifferent, totally neutral, totally unbothered. Yeah, in that reality, they can have me blocked. They can be with someone else, whatever. I don't care. In my reality, where I am assuming total control, right? I'm dominating my reality. I'm saying no. I am no longer going to put up with feeding my subconscious, my body, my heart, such poor treatment. Absolutely not. Not when I have every available reality especially the one I want, in every available version of myself and my person. So we're going to rebrand. We're going to go ahead and revise self-concept, revise them. And we are going to, like, with a discipline maybe we've never had before, completely commit to the new role. Completely embrace this power and assertiveness, right? A big thing we had to focus on was no more of this passive stuff. Yes, in law of assumption, you don't need to lift a finger, but you do, in the sense that as you start taking on this empowered, confident version of yourself that is the only creator, you're the cause and effect. You are irresistible. Like, we'll get into that in the inner conversations, but as you come into it, you will be taking action. Let's be very clear. You will be. However, it comes from a place of confident expectation. It comes from that inner action first of when you're about to, like, oh, it's not working. I didn't get the text. I didn't show up. And I'm saying this with so much love. I like to, like, be dramatic in the sense of, like, I've been there. I do it. But I can see how, right, when I'm in that place of, oh, it's just not going to work. I'm releasing it. It's just not going to happen. They're treating me terribly. It might feel good for a little bit, but, like, let's embrace our power to assert our imaginal acts into the screen of space. Like, I want you to start visualizing as you do your inner conversations with your person, that image asserting itself right before you, touching you, holding you. You can taste it, you can touch it, you can hold it, right? We need to start really expecting the 3D to reflect, to bring forth our 4D. There should not be any more of this, like, okay, I'm doing the inner conversations, I'm doing the affirmations, and then I'm, like, hoping and waiting. To me, there has to be this assertion and control and even, like, complete precision about, no, I just had these inner conversations. Here's what it's going to look like out here as well. Superimpose it, right? Full frontal, it should be right there. Okay. All right. So what happened, right? Well, with this client, we had to get incredibly controlled, incredibly just, like, empowered in that self-concept of, like, I'm the only one in control. I'm commanding this. I'm done giving up my power. I'm done giving up my authority. I'm done giving up my own happiness. Like, I'm the only one that can give this to myself. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be fierce, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it to me, whatever it is I want, right? So whatever it is you want, whatever it is she was desiring, she had to, right, assert it in imagination, and don't hold back. Don't condition your desires. So that we had to drop. And I really understood and still understand and had to release these ideas of people pleasing, right? The way we condition our desires so it, like, makes everybody else happy. It's like, no, everyone's just reflecting you. What do you want? Give it to yourself in imagination right now. And something she had to notice was all the places she was slipping within. Right? Well, this is happening, so I guess I can settle for this, or I'm just going to love them unconditionally, and, like, all this, like, passive stuff where it's, like, you're just passive to an old belief system, to old inner conversations. No, you're here to assert a new reality. You're the one that is here to command it and bring it into form. So I want you to really take on this new self-concept of, like, dominating, like, it is like a dominatrix, like, play with it, version of yourself that is unafraid to use your power of imagination, the power that many attribute to, like, an outer god or goddess. It's you. So start to really feel that in your solar plexus, in your heart, in your body, and, like, superimpose it, feel it, see it right now. Imagine your person right now, arms around you, kissing you, holding you. So, of course, as she got more self-controlled, more disciplined, more in her power, first of all, it was very cool to hear in our sessions, her voice was back in her body, not just in her head, right? Her posture was changing, where, like, our first session was full of, like, but what about this? Can I do this? Like, a lot of, like, asking for permission, which, by the way, it's okay if you do that in sessions with me. I love you. I'm not going to judge you at all. But it's always fascinating to see that state transition, right? And like even myself, and I'm like looking stuff, I'm like, will this work, or what will they like? It's okay, but that's a state of disempowerment. Some other authority is telling me if I can or can't. And so we have to be on guard. We have to be vigilant and be like, okay, I just did that thing again. Let's revise it. I'm in control. I'm in command. I'm forming them now, right? Whatever they were, fine. They can have it. I don't care. But my version of them, here and now, I feel them. Their arms around me. They're kissing me. They're holding me. They're here to please me, to give me whatever they want. And it might take a little bit to own it. Some fears, some doubts, some old belief systems will definitely come up, and that's where you revise, okay? I will be doing live classes again, by the way, where we will do revision and meditations. It's just gonna be once a month. We'll have it in links soon. Just use my link tree for everything is where we're posting all the new stuff coming up, okay? All right, so yeah, as she gets super disciplined, her body's changing, she's feeling so in control. And really, as we started going into more of this dominatrix like theme of like, I'm in control, I got this. Whatever I want, I give it to myself. No shame, no fear. No, I'm in imagination right now. And it can be little, it can be big, it can be erotic, it can be simple, sweet, innocent. It doesn't matter. You give yourself whatever you want. You hold nothing back. And then, yes, you start to feel very fulfilled, very empowered. And where I know she was hesitant towards having that dominance, right? That assertive nature that we can have a lot of belief systems around, which again, in different classes, I'll be going into that stuff. Once she made it her own, redefined it, it feels so good to be like, no, I am in perfect control of my reality. I have complete precision. Right? The going with the flow is not this like passive. It's once you have fulfilled it in imagination, the Sabbath comes automatically, but it's a very full feeling. It's a very like peaceful, full, like it's full. It's like, to put it in a more like feminine way, it's never passive. It's never just like, I'm just going with the flow. No, it's very full of like, I created this and their attention's on me. I have what I want. It's all focused on me. Everything's connected. I'm filled by this, which I chose, right? I chose it. I commanded it into being. It's very different than like the passive stuff that I know she was struggling with, I've struggled with. We'll do a lot more of that stuff, okay? So let's just go ahead and get into what occurred, and then we'll do some inner combos to bring this to a close. So her persistence obviously paid off, right? He started showing up with affection, with kisses. And I know there was a moment where she started to slide again, right? Because he started showing this and she started melting. She started giving up her power. And that was a big thing we had to revise. This whole conviction she had that like in relationships, I'm powerless. In relationship, I'm going to be what they need me to be. In relationships, I'm going to, and I say this again dramatically, and I've been there and I still go there at times. But once we started really redefining it for in relationships, I'm even more empowered because my person supports my desires only. My person, right, is me, here to please me and love me and bring my desires to life. My power is only enhanced in relationships. And so we had to go over a lot of those old convictions and come into the true convictions that feel good in your body, in your hips, in your heart, everywhere. That allow you to feel regal, supreme, like the god, the goddess that you are, okay? Dignified. And so as the affection and the kisses were coming, and it waved for a moment as she waved, she came back. She started to really then test it, because now they're around all the time. Kissing, hugging, doing the things, but then when it's gone, it's like, there's that fear again. And it's like, no, circumstances don't matter. I am unbothered. I am irresistible. I formed them this way. That old version came back. I'm indifferent. I don't care. Here's the new one. It's only enhanced my desire and my power for a better version. And so, she starts to sustain it. She starts to get more of what she wants. And what does tend to happen is we forget about the old. We're so immersed and assumed in the new state of power where it's the norm to have affection and love, right? And when you're in those moments of the opposite happening, you need to remind yourself it is just a state. And no matter how heavy the emotions feel, get back in your solar plexus, get back in your body, impose, give yourself what you want in imagination, hear what you need to hear, right? So takeaway, our inner world creates our outer world. We know that. The one rule, the 3D has to reflect your 4D. There's no other cause and effect, right? So by focusing on the desired version of her partner, taking control and commanding it into being, no more allowing herself to give up her energy. And when you do it, right, we can have love, we can have appreciation, we can have neutrality towards it. But it's also that discipline of no, I don't do that anymore. I am so worthy. I will not spend one more second giving any power or energy to that. I embrace my full power. I love my power. Another thing we had to focus on was power. Learning to redefine and embrace your power, loving power. Right? And then trusting whatever relationship that she wanted, that was the true one. I don't care how long it's been. I don't care. Doesn't matter. All right, so she had to maintain that inner dialogue with discipline. She commanded it. And when she started to slide, own control, own commanding, own power, right? To command is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and to persist in that assumption until it becomes your dominant feeling. That's some Neville there. Commanding and controlling your inner dialogue, your inner conversations is crucial because they are the only influence. Conversations are the only influence. Katie, that's the new brand, right? Just to remind everyone. Let's go ahead and we are going to do some inner conversations to bring this to life in the next video.